Hello, today I will talk about good horoscopes. Like previously, also so many times I have already described that some people are having panch mahapurusha yoga, like Mars is exalted, Sun, Saturn, or like Jupiter, Venus, these are exalted or in its own house, and placement is in Kendra or Kon, means 1, 4, 7, 10 or 1, 5, 1 position. So these are known as Panch Mahapurush Yoga. So some people are having Panch Mahapurush Yoga, some are having one planet like that, some are having several planets like that. So uh, when I very recently, not recently, like 1 year back, my Mosaji, he died. He passed away, and Mosaji was having. I asked my Mosaji about his birth details, and it was very surprising that he was having Jupiter exalted, Venus exalted, and Sun exalted. This is something very great. One horoscope, one single horoscope with Jupiter, Sun, and Venus, three planets exalted. This is something very like unique horoscope. Like Sun exalted, I don't know his birth time, so I could not calculate. At his young age, he has secured some award for being swimming champion, men's swimming champion of West Bengal. When Nafisa Ali was women's swimming champion at the same time, so he won that prize. So for that, he was representing Bengal in swimming championship. So that was the time. Surely it was Sun Dasha or Sun Antardasha that time. So my Mosaji's father used to call him Gold because he has won the gold medal. That's why he used to call him Gold. So after that, when he started his business, so the business has seen many ups and downs and many troubles, actually more troubles than success, you can say. So I can't say, like in a materialistic way, nobody can describe him to be a very successful in terms of materialistic life, but he was, like his Jupiter and Venus both were exalted, so he was very, very, very kind and generous as a person. I don't know about others. My Masi can tell about others. I don't know much about others, but I know about myself. Whenever I used to go to Kolkata, I had a trouble that those days I was non-vegetarian. Although I was non-vegetarian, but it was very difficult for me. Like the way the Bengalis eat only non-veg. I could not digest that. So whenever you visit any Bengali family, as a guest, they will serve you only non-veg. Like two kinds of fish, then chicken, mutton, eggs, everything they will like serve. It might be possible that during regular days they are cooking shukto posto kind of thing, but if a guest is there, the only non-veg will be there. So nobody will cook shukto posto for you, and it was horrible for me. It was a nightmare, you can say, because biryani with another item of chicken or fish and no vegetable, it is horrible because the next day I will have trouble of two kind of diseases. So it was very difficult for me to manage. And I used to visit Kolkata. Whenever I used to visit Kolkata, I used to stay at Masi and Mosaji's place. Masi, my cousin brother, and my Mosaji, all three of them are having Venus exalted as far as I remember, and my Mosaji have Jupiter exalted as well as Sun exalted. So that is the affection. You cannot say that they are very affluent, well established or something like that, but they are the most affectionate. I felt like if I visit Masi and Mosaji will bring some non-veg, and he will keep on requesting me, थोड़ा सा ले लो, because बंगालीज का ये आन बान शान होता है कि मतलब नॉन वेज खिलाया नहीं तो मतलब भेज देती है इस टाइप का. बट when I was, now I am vegetarian, but in my childhood days when I was non-vegetarian even, like if I am having chicken, then in a whole bowl, big bowl of soup, two chicken pieces, three, four at the max chicken pieces, but that should have one carrot, half cabbage, half cauliflower, this much of vegetables I always needed, with little bit of chicken or fish or whatever the non-veg. So most of the time, no Bengali family will cook you huge amount of vegetables and little amount of fish or chicken, because ये I already told आन बान शान वाली बात होती है. But I was very comfortable with them because they always provided me the food I required. So the question arises, if Mausaji was having such a good horoscope with such a good position of like Jupiter, Venus and Sun, all three of them exalted, or one was Swakhetri and two were exalted, like Sun and Jupiter was exalted, that I remember very nicely, and Venus either exalted or Swakhetri. So how is it possible that that family was not the most prosperous one when all the three family members are having Venus exalted? Venus means liquid cash. That family should have a huge inflow of cash. One reason might be the Ashtak Varga of that particular house might be low. But another reason is people with good horoscope or excellent horoscope never lead a good life. Example is Sri Krishna, example is Ram. You know it very well that Ram had to sacrifice Sita. So when Ram asked Sita to go for Agni Pariksha, first time Sita she asked Dharitri or the earth that if I am a good woman and if I have thought about my husband only in my mind even, then please protect me, the fire. But when she had to go through the fire second time for Agni Pariksha, then her request to Agni Dev was just opposite and Dharitri was just opposite. It was, if I am really a good woman, then take me on your lap, because it was not possible for her to tolerate that much of pain. So Ram had to sacrifice Sita to prove herself a good woman to the civilians or his followers or Praja. So after Sita Ma has left the earth, Ram has taken Jal Samadhi. Most of the people, many of us did not know that Ram has taken Jal Samadhi after Ma Sita has left earth. So if Ram's horoscope we will consider, all the planets are exalted. So all planets exalted does not mean a person will have excellent life. A person will have a very bad, very tough life, and that tough life will be produced by people that person loved. They will produce obstacles, they will produce some troubles in his life, they will insult him, they will cause him pain. So this is a sign of good horoscope. Whenever you are having good horoscope with 2-3 exalted planets or more, your life will definitely be miserable. Another example, then why the horoscope is good? Why the horoscope is considered to be good? Such kind of horoscope is good. Like I know my cousin was in some trouble for a long time. There were misunderstanding. There were misunderstanding with parents or other family members or something like that. But Mausaji and Masi, they had opened their door for all of us. Okay. So when Mausaji died, what happened? When Mosaji died, Mosaji's sibling, his sister also died. After that, within 1 year, another Mosaji and that Mosaji's siblings also died. So, what happens when one person with panch mahapurusha yoga dies? When he is leaving, he might not be earning huge, but when he dies, one person with panch mahapurusha yoga, when the person dies, like a fall starts. The same thing I can describe about my father-in-law. He was having Piscean Venus with Piscean Mercury and Piscean Jupiter. As much I remember, he had Venus exalted, Swakhetri Jupiter, and debilitated Mercury, all of them together. So here, debilitated Mercury, also Mercury was in Revati. Revati Mercury cannot be considered as debilitated, as Mercury is sitting in its own nakshatra. Okay. Then a person who is having exalted Venus plus in the same house Swakhetri Jupiter plus in the same house own nakshatra, means Swakhetri nakshatra Mercury is sitting, all these three planets, three most important planets in Piscean. So whoever know me personally, they know it very well that my father-in-law left job at a very young age. He was engineer, foreign return engineer, Germany return engineer, who left job and then he was trying in the family business, and after that there were many problems in the family, so he left that also, and he started social work, and he had taken life risk for social work many times he had taken life risk for social work, and he was holding very high position, I think position of secretary for Human Rights Commission of Ranchi office, that is I think Jharkhand main office. So he was holding that position for many long years, and at the age, he died at the age of 84 in COVID. Till then, even in COVID also, he was walking at the age of 84, and he used to walk. Before COVID, he used to walk for like few kilometers every day. Now, this person, you cannot say this person was economically independent because he was not working. He left his job, he left his family business also, and he was doing social work only. He was holding a very high post, but that high post was not giving him salary. But he was also having excellent horoscope with Venus exalted plus Jupiter Swakhetri plus Mercury in its own nakshatra in the same house, Piscean. So Piscean as a sign is very philanthropic. All of you know that. He used to do also for many underprivileged, like a Thelawala's son was having some trouble in the heart, so he collected money door to door by door to door campaign, and then he took that child to AIIMS Delhi and got operated there, and the child afterwards started normal life. So this kind of work was done by him. But if you ask that economically, like what was his standard, so he was not earning. From a very early age he has left earning, and he was when we saw him, he was not earning a penny even. Sometimes by like giving some speech, he is invited somewhere, by giving some speech he bones up money, that kind of things were there, but there was no regular income. So then one can ask, what is the value of Jupiter, Swakhetri, Venus exalted, and Mercury in its own nakshatra and all? So when father-in-law died, you cannot imagine, within 6 months, 6 to 8 months, it is not for 1 year even, 6 to 8 months, many family members died. One Mosaji, two uncles, and many family members. These are the closest, these are of closest circle, and others also fell sick frequently, and he had a house, and I was completely against of selling that house, because my father-in-law and mother-in-law, when they were very young, they made the house. So the house was sold and the money was distributed among all the, like, I think six brothers and sisters were there, and they all of them are having 2 3 kids and all. It was the property was like the amount of money was divided among all family members. I was completely against this because when my mother-in-law is also having good horoscope, the father-in-law was having excellent horoscope, and when someone with excellent horoscope dies, the drama starts then. When you are having excellent horoscope, panch mahapurusha yoga kind of thing, your life might be very tough because you take pain to save others. They are the people who less concentrate towards money and more concentrate towards giving happiness and safety to others. And then what happens when they die is because everybody is not having panch mahapurusha yoga kind of good planetary position. So when someone is having such good planetary position, that particular person and that particular person's horoscope is safety, works as safety for the whole family, and this person dies within 6 to 8 months. Many family members died. So this is two example of horoscope with panch mahapurusha yoga. Why I described it? Because I have to face this question several times, that whenever I tell any of the client that you are having excellent horoscope, your Jupiter is exalted, your Venus is exalted, or Mercury exalted, such kind of thing, then they most of the time complains that my life is horrible. Yes, if you are a good person, your life will be horrible because you cannot cheat anyone, you cannot do a wrong thing to gather some profit in your life. You do only good for other people. Most of the time you do good only for the other people. Nobody, no person on this earth are doing 90%, 95, 100% everything good. If you will do 100% good to 100% people, then we will not be born again. So I have explained today what happens when a person is having panch mahapurusha yoga, or a person is having excellent horoscope. What happens when the person is alive, and what happens when the person dies. Bye. Have a nice time.